Hello trainers, Neto here, and today we are diving together into Open Great League with my signature team. Yes, Sadu Zapdos is back in this amazing team comp that I have prepared for you. So Medicham up in front will be most likely unaffected by the recent changes on its moveset and most likely on Psychic, because right now Psychic does a little bit of less damage, but to be honest it is almost non-existent because Medicham still wins what it needs to win, and mainly it is gonna encounter a lot of steel types up in front if you can have the best outcome with this Pokemon. So at the back we're gonna have double Shadow backline with Zapdos and Drapion. So over here you can see that Drapion goes down, and now we have the upper hand with the energy gain against this Trevenant. So Trevenant has to block if they want to have any chance at all against our Zappy boy. So we're gonna block in return as well, and as soon as we get to the Drill Peck, because they went for the bait, we're gonna press our own Drill Peck. Down goes in one shot the entire HP out of that Trevenant, and unfortunately we cannot win the race to the charge attack. But the battle is not over yet, they still have some energy to spare on my Medicham, so they're gonna get to back-to-back moves here. Unfortunately for me it is gonna be the Hydro Cannon, but hopefully for me we can survive with those mediocre IVs, and right after we can finish off with the Psychic being double resisted, but from this range and against a very glassy Pokemon it will be more than enough. Into the next one, and we're having the Charmer on the switch. So even though we have a very good lead here, we're gonna lose it most likely, but first we will try to take those shields out of play. So here comes now another move from my side, and this time we're gonna get the second shield out of the way, and this is looking pretty promising for us, even though we have lost that very good lead that we had in the start of the battle against that Obstagoon, because at the back we also have a flyer which is gonna be absolutely amazing. So this trainer decides to switch out into their Azumarill, and of course after I hit them with that heavy hitting Psychic, to be honest, right after we can spend our final shield into our Zappy boy. Play Rough has to be blocked no matter what, and knowing now that they have Play Rough, I'm pretty sure that they cannot reach to the Psychic right on time. So instead we're gonna get to the maximum amount of energy, then throw the Thunderbolt, and right after a double Drill Peck right on the CMP for the second one will most likely deal with that Obstagoon. So down they go, Wigglytuff returns, but they stand no chance at all. Hopping into the next one now, and we're having Gardevoir up in front, so this one can always be kinda tricky for us, and we have to play accordingly here, switching out of the way into our Drapion, and unfortunately they have the hardest counter of them all, a Mad Boy. Of course the battle is not over yet, we have to play till the end, and perhaps, I say perhaps, we can have a chance after all. So here the crunch will bring that Whiskas super low, and we're kinda obliged in using our final shield. So all I want to do here is to go ahead and go for the farm down, but unfortunately I cannot do that, and instead I'm gonna throw my Aqua Tail on the CMP. Here comes now the final Mud Bomb, but at this point we're not looking that great. I'm expecting that Gardevoir to return because they can easily manipulate the energy gain towards their advantage, and at this point they can easily block here while we still have to come into the battle with our Medicham. So at the back they have a flyer on the face of Mandibuzz, but the sad news here is that we cannot do more than throwing a couple of Ice Punches, and even a couple of Ice Punches, even though they are super effective, they will never be enough to finish off Mandibuzz. So in the process, not only that, but they will also get some farm on their side. We cannot press that final move, and of course at the final glimpse of the eye, yeah, we're gonna take this loss because Shadow Zapdos cannot withstand the damage at this amount of HP that it has. Into the next one now with the Altaria up in front. So Altaria is one of the unfortunate Pokemon of the move update because right now it's kinda unplayable. It cannot even reach right on time on the Sky attacks. It really needs a little bit of more time since now Sky attack as a move was nerfed down on the energy gain. So with that in mind now we're just gonna stay in here with our Medicham, and of course we will try to get to the maximum amount of Ice Punches. They will switch out to the Toxapex, which is kinda weird, and I throw throw here my Psychic. Perhaps that was a mistake, but what I want to do here is to go ahead and charge up back to the Ice Punch just in case we're gonna encounter this Altaria on the end game, and right after we can tank the move on our Shadow Drapion. Doing so, we can still manage to finish off in one blow this Toxapex, and right after we have to see what they have as their third Pokemon, which happens to be a Scrafty. This is looking kinda promising for us because here we can take the moves and still pressure a lot with our Medicham. But first I need to go in there with my Zapdos because I know that they're gonna try to go for that foul play, and right on the CMP we can easily snipe down that Pokemon. Altaria is at the back, returning for the final time into this battle, and of course Thunderbolt is my main way to go to one-shot down from this range Altaria, and of course I want to remind you that we still had the shield and one Ice Punch ready to go. That's why my opponent never threw all that energy that they had. Into the next one now with the Nidoqueen up in front, not the best, not the worst, but still they want to switch out into their Medicham, and we're having here the upper hand with our Zapdos. So Zapdos has to appreciate of course the damage from the Ice Punches, but right after you can see that a simple Drill Peck will just seal the deal against any fighter out there. So Drill Peck is coming up, and of course we got a double for them, so they might be kind of obliged in using a shield I believe, and right after they will try to farm us down. So my Medicham now will go in, and I think that whatever this might be, we can easily survive it. This is no Shadow Nidoqueen at all, so whatever move they might throw here, we can easily take it with our Bulk and our Medi. Able to get here to the Ice Punch, and let's see what they have as their third Pokemon because they go down so easy. It is gonna be Hitmontop, and just a friendly reminder, this Pokemon now has access to Triple Axle, which can just vamp up its attack stat, while it can still do a lot of damage with its counters even without the buff, which is absolutely crazy. So another move is coming up from our side, this time the Aqua Tail, and they have to block of course, and because they want to get a little bit too greedy to farm it down, they cannot do that, and Drapion will grab for us the 1 HP victory, and that is gonna be a fantastic flex. Into the next one now with that Duke going up in front, and yeah, we have to stay in, right? This is looking pretty good for us to be honest, and even though we can get hit by those icy winds, we can still manage against them. So all I want to do here is to make them throw all their energy, and right after I will just block once because I just want to clear the debuffs and still preserve a little bit of HP on my Medicham. They do not want to switch out yet, so I'm just gonna throw here the Aqua Tail, and right after I will let that move go through. I don't care if that is gonna be a driller, but I cannot risk it at all, and we picked right because right here they're gonna go for the debuff, which means that we can survive it, and right after they're gonna respond with a Phalanx. How often do you see Phalanx in Go Battle League? Because this is my first. And here comes now Ice Punch for that Pokemon. I know it carries the move Superpower and perhaps something like Heavy Slam, not sure about it. I'm not sure about its complete moveset to be honest. So right here we're gonna go for the Ice Punch. Perhaps they have something like a close combat, perhaps. So yeah, so much damage on the Gliscor. We got the shield, they got the Gliscor, they got the severely hurt Phalanx. So yeah, the outcome is already settled. Into the next one, and the final one trainers for this video, and we're facing a Carbink up in front. So obviously this is not the best lead ever because Carbink can always beat us down, but still it's gonna be kinda close for both ends. So they are not baiting straight for the Moonblast and then switching out into Superior. So this Pokemon can always be a troublemaker because of the debuffs that these Leaf Tornadoes can do, but to be honest, right now Superior might be even better with Aerial Ace, because Aerial Ace, if you lived under the rock the past few days or even a whole week from the new move update, well, Aerial Ace got updated once again, and yeah, that is looking pretty good for it. So this Superior, despite the fact that it can throw only resisted move, it can still destroy down my Zapdos, and now we're just gonna return to the battle with Drapion. Drapion here is gonna do a lot of severe work against my opponent, and they have at the back a Victory Bell. So this is a Grassel team kinda, and we're just gonna reach now to the crunch for a lot of damage on this Pokemon. Of course they need to respect it and try to shield, but right after we have a barrage of attacks with not only one Ice Punch but a double Ice Punch for sure. This is gonna be a CMP for sure, I'm not gonna gonna risk it though, just gonna block whatever they throw, even the acid spray. This is looking pretty scary to be honest, and right after this Ice Punch will be more than enough to finish off Victreebel, and I believe that even if they take us out here, Drapion can still go in and try to finish off the work. And yeah, that is gonna conclude this video with this amazing win. So thank you for watching, trainers, and for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, and please consider subscribing to my channel if you want to support me even more, and of course expand our little community that we have over here. With that said, I have 2 videos for you to check out, so feel free to do so, and I will see you all into the next one.